Do you want to instantly elevate your eyes without heavy eye makeup? I am going to show you a simple, clever technique that will perform that magic in seconds. Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel Hey Spring Chicken. My name is Cordelia, and if you're a returning viewer, it's really good to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today's topic is a subject that is really close to my heart, and hopefully you'll be able to relate to this too. And it's about eyeliner, or in this case, much less of it. Recently, I did a film. It was called Simple Eyes, and the reason being was that I wanted to focus on emphasizing the eyes rather than the eye makeup. So all I used was creams, crayons, and my fingers, and just gave a simple look. However, sometimes, despite us wanting to keep the eyes as easy as possible, we do still want the eyes to pop. And this is where I'm going to show you a little hack, an eyeliner trick that I learned a couple of years ago that really elevates the eyes. Now, it could be that you already know this, but if you don't, I think you're going to be really surprised and really impressed. While I think about it, I'm not sponsored by anyone. However, I will add all of the links of the products that I use today down below. And if you click on them, some of them may have affiliate links, which mean if you click and buy, I will receive a teeny tiny commission, for which thank you. I'm sitting here without any makeup on, but I do have my peptide moisturizer, and I also have an SPF. And the one that I'm wearing is by Round Lab, and it's called Birch Juice. And this is an SPF 50. Why I like this is it's more like a moisturizer. And this does not in any way affect my products that I put on over the top. Sometimes they're prone to pilling, which brings me neatly round to the product that I'm going to add on now. I'm going to add some moisture balm on my face, and the one that I'm using is one that I reviewed last week, and this is KAHI Moisture Balm Stick. Now I'm just going to add it in the areas that are prone to drying out during the day. Today is a very warm day, and I need my skin to be moisturized all day long without getting sweaty and horrible. So why have I added moisture balm? Well, it just gives that extra moisture after I've added the SPF. When I was trained to be a beauty consultant years ago, my training was we start with the face and then we move on to the eyes. But these days, many of you will do the eyes first, and there's rationale in that, and that's because you get powder and all sorts underneath. But I'm still going to do it the old way, so I am going straight in with a serum, the TRINNY BFF Serum. And the reason I like this so very much is it gives me the no makeup look, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it. It's a tinted serum, and this is called Jemima. What I was mentioning earlier, this is prone to pilling if I use a primer, so I am not using a primer. It's going straight on to my skin. Literally, it's as simple as that. I like to keep my makeup as simple as possible these days, and I have tried many tinted serums, and this suits my skin. I did recently do a film about the Tinted foundation, and I love that, but today it's just too hot to wear any foundation. I am just going with the dewy look, so it won't be heavily made up. So as you can see, there's no pilling. When I read the reviews of Trinny's makeup and the BFF De-Stress, often they will complain of pilling, and it's because of what you've put underneath the serum. We're going to add some under eye concealer. This too is a Trinny serum, so it has multi-purpose. So it works as a serum, but it also works to cover the dark circles. Leave that to settle for just a minute. It just is better when it dries a little. I don't use a brush. I use my ring finger. This is the most sensitive finger. And I just push it in the creases. My problem is that using concealer does in fact highlight the creases, and that I don't want. I'm just going to add a little concealer here and also on this little spot here. The one that I'm using is Beauty Pie, and it is the Super Luminous Eye Concealer. And I'm just going to go around the lip. and why I added the moisture balm. I'm going to add a little primer onto my eyelids, and the one that I'm doing is Flawless Eyeshadow Primer, which is another Beauty Pie product. I do have lots of primers and I swing between the ones that I like. Today, because it's a really warm day, I just want to add just a tiny bit to try and settle the powder. And what I'm trying to do is conceal. As you can see, I have really dark shadows there. The eyebrow gel that I'm using and eyebrow pencil is the Maybelline, which I really like. It's really simple. I do have tattooed eyebrows, but when you put on foundation, it sort of covers them up. This is so easy to use. Ordinarily, I will use creams and crayons, but today we're going to keep it simple and we're going to focus on the eyeliner. I am going to use a really great little brush. It's got a smudge at one end and the stubby at this end. So it's a two-sided brush. And the colour we're going to use is from Iconic, but honestly, any shade like this will work. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use this product here, tap it off. We're going to do a transition line. So this brush is from Beauty Pie. Really like it. I'm going to use a slightly darker shade just for the edges there and just for the creases. This is from MAC and it's called Vintage Purple. So this is a matte. I rarely wear matte, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it's really good. I'm going to load up the little tiny end, pointy end. I'm going to add a little tissue just there so that it saves dropping down. The idea being, we don't want to go lower than the eye. And then we just go up a little there, just there. When I was younger, I would add eyeliner all down there, everywhere, all around my eyes. It simply doesn't work and it makes the eyes look smaller. We need to create that extra lift. So this brush that I'm using, you can use any good eyeliner brush. And the one that I'm using is Eye of Horus. And this has got a really nice point on it. And what we're going to do is you're going to lift that up and you see that bit of flesh under there. That is what we're going to colour. It sounds ridiculous. And then you may be able to see the difference between the two. A tiny little bit under the eye, and it's as simple as that. I find as I've aged that mascara doesn't sit well on my skin. However, I do use a tubing mascara which works very well. I'm going to show you the one that I've got. This is a Boots number 7, which I understand you can only get in the UK, but I know in the US you will have tubing mascara. And when you are a mature lady, it does tend to keep it on the eyelashes rather than ending up on your face. So we'll come in and you'll see how it sticks, how it goes on to the eyelashes. Now I'm only going to use to the corner. Again, we're going to. And I won't do very much at the bottom. I'm looking at that and I think we need a little bit more colour in the corner there. So I'm just going to use my finger. I'm going to try this shimmer here. I can't get away from shimmer. I love shimmer. Perhaps I should have done this before the mascara. In fact, I definitely should. There. This lip liner is an old staple of mine, an old favourite. It's Studio 10 dual lip liner. So let's add a little bit of blusher. I try out so many, and I'm just going back to a drugstore Glamorous Glow. Just, there we go. I'm just trying to keep it summery and light. It's my brush. So not too much. Oh, this is a crayon from Beauty Pie. Any neutral shade will do. And this too is Studio 10. Now the thing about Studio 10 is their makeup is designed for the mature lady. And that is it. I'm going to use a fixing spray, and the one I've got is a little tiny sample size from MAC. So here is the finished look. I used this on my waterline on the underneath. That is the clever trick, the magic. It is so simple and yet it is so effective. The one that I use, the Eye of Horus, it does seem to last quite a long time, but I hope that you liked the look. As you can see, there wasn't a lot of heavy makeup going on there. I didn't use foundation, but it just elevates your eyes that little bit more than just using crayons and creams. So this is my simple look, elevated that little bit more, because sometimes we just want to take it to the next level. We just want our eyes to pop. Because we're now in our mature years doesn't mean that we want to stop using all these available techniques to us. I want to continue looking as good as I can for as long as I can, but I do have to embrace my age. I'm 66, and those previous techniques that I used in my 20s, my 30s, and even my 40s no longer work for me. And I know that you're the same because I see and read the comments. I hope you like the film. If you did, press the like button. It helps me to make future films if I know it's something that you like. And while you're at it, ding that bell, because when you ding that bell, it alerts you to content that we're uploading like this every single week. And subscribe. When you subscribe, it lets the algorithm know we're doing something right, and we are so close to 10,000 subscribers now. So, in the meantime, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you and enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you soon. Thank you. I'm going to add a concealer just there, just to try and conceal a little. Sorry, I was talking to you, Kim. Can you see that, Kim? Can you see the difference?
Yeah. Is it worth mentioning it?
No, maybe not.
Shut up then.
So I just poked myself in the eye, that's why it's gone bloodshot.